I don't even know why I'm wearing a hat, yo. Oh, alright. But let's see. Oh, I'm trying to get a good angle, you know? Whoa! Alright. Haha! And, welcome to Muerterrey Gamer. I am here, gonna be playing Shibuya Scramble. What is this? Shibuya Scramble. Just so you know, so you don't waste your time or anything like that, it's gonna be a game that has a story to it. And I'm gonna be playing this, and these stories branch out, and it's gonna be an interesting Let's Play, because it's Shibuya Scramble. It's story. It's a story that branches out depending on the decisions that you make, and those decisions are gonna affect the gameplay and stuff like that. As from what I've been told and reviewed, seen, and all that, but I've never really played it, so I'm gonna be doing that today. I'm gonna go ahead and let our people from Twitch, Mixer, and other places on Facebook know that I am streaming right now. I mean, I don't have someone that I pay or anything to do this, so I gotta personally do these invitations for people to join us. So hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, it's gonna be a good Let's Play, I think. For sure, I do wish to have the best outcome in this story-based game. So let's see how this goes. I don't know if I have my controller charged or not, but let's see, new game. But I was playing Call of Duty earlier, and I just thought maybe I should play a little bit about myself, and it was sucking like a lot. So I was not enjoying it. Neither was everybody else, and it's fine. It's fine not to enjoy something. Do you want to guide to play? Display. We have first time players select yes. Okay. I mean, I am first time player of this. This is a story of work of fiction. Names, characters, places, other products, authorities, imagination, blah 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 blah. Just kind of saying it's like it's fictitious. It's made up. It's not a real thing. Just so they don't get like sued or something, and then it's very basic mumble and jumble. Alright. It's live action, so there's not like characters like in what's that called? Detroit Become Human. I love that one. I recommend it. Just like what that video game company that made that game, like Heavy Rain. That's another one. And Between Two Souls is another one. But if you want to go really old school to what they used to make, was also Fahrenheit 9/11, or as we call it here in America, it's a different name. Huh. It's just Indigo Prophecy. That's the name in America. Indigo Prophecy, but in the UK it was Fahrenheit 9/11, and of course 9/11 happened, and they had to change their name here in America just because of it. Just a little fact, and it's really cool to learn some of that stuff. So I do like story-based games, so I'll be totally intrigued. There's not a lot going on other than credits. It's a very funky beat though. Oh, are you interested in this game? Hit that like button or something. I don't know, man. We interrupt this program breaking news regarding the Shibuya hostage situation. A middle-aged man in a ski mask took several employees hostage at their office in Shibuya before barricading himself inside. Now that 3 hours have passed, the man... Well... Employees believe the suspect to be a man named Hitajima. A big seized. The suspect's prior dealings with other companies of the building, and is experiencing money problems. They have been decided alpha. Authorities believe it is the motivation for Alright, so obviously we're dropped into a situation. The world hasn't changed so easy. Always a mystery. Whoa. I didn't notice that was an explosion. That was cool. That was cool. Alright. And this is me not doing nothing so far in this story. Shibuya story is yours to tell. Ah. So this is how we live after or something? Or it's just all going to be decided, I guess. As you play through the game, the various mechanics will be explained. In A28 and 428, you follow the stories of multiple protagonists at once. Your decisions impact their experience as you read the story. What does the day hold in store? Their fate is in your hands. Hopefully, you can see them all through to the end. To start, you have two characters, Shinji Kano and Achi Endo. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story. Alright, so let's go see what Kano has to say. Whoa, I like this. I like this. This is so Japanese. I love that stuff, man. Just 2 more minutes to go. Okay, am I doing something? Oh. I have things I can do now. Okay. Should have noted the time again on this watch, scrolling to the slow creep of the second hand. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lies were on the line here. Whoa. He eyed his surroundings. Yo, what's up, yeah? Was the perp really going to show up? I'm probably gonna show up. When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? You know, I like that figure on the screen. The Shibuya Scramble was packed as... Ooh, crap, I can't read that. Ever. It's wrong the people crossing this way, and that blissfully unaware of the dozens of detectives heading out of its midst. Alright, another minute and a half. Kano glanced down to his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano has been with the enforced arm of Shibuya's criminal affairs section a year now, but had never been part of the operation this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside statue up ahead. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript package. Oh, snap. Hitomi Osawa, age 19. The attached case in her hands contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Is that a lot? I don't know Japanese currency that well, but is that a lot? Does that count like 50 to 100,000 or something like that? Because that's still a lot of money, but I mean, I'm saying in American. So transaction wise, money. It's confusing, but traveling. Or anyway, yesterday her twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. This was the ransom payment. The culprit called. He told me last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya. It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear. Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch. What if the kidnapper sees you? Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued. You're too nervous. Just relax already. You're the one acting suspicious. What? Shit. So I just got a comment here. 475,000 US dollars. That's what that much 550 million yen is. Holy crap. That's still a lot of money. Yeah, but you can see the differences. Wow. You're the one acting suspicious, Sam. I kind of frowned. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? Fuji Sayama was a senior officer of the Shibuya Prison's Criminal Affairs Divisions, 5 years older than Kano. Some words and phrases in the text appear in blue. Okay. These are called tips. Press square to underline the tip. Then press X. This will let you read some extra info related to the word or phrase. There are tips containing general knowledge and ones that are for 28. Specific, these are marked with that and that for 428. Okay. Come on, Kano. Quit looking at your mouse. Press to go back to reread sections you already played through, to scroll ahead through the text you already read. Press down, then blue eyes are like this. Flipping will sometimes appear in the upper left corner. Press. Alright, this is being displayed. Current page. Okay, so I can just go back. Okay, cool. So I guess that's it. Tip select. Okay. Shibuya Precinct, official name, Shibuya Central Precinct, responsible safety, approximately 200,000 people in 32 neighborhoods, including El Shaber. That's a lot of Japanese words. Alright, I'm not gonna remember that shit. Do you? He always went a little overboard with the disguises. He claimed that's all part of the job, but word around the station was that he just like playing dress up. Hey pal, spare some change. Hayasada lurched his feet and shuffled in close to Kano. Hey, knock that off. Fitting for a part, say Sayama reeked pretty badly. Who ain't so suspicious now, huh? He clapped to Kano with a mock camaraderie. Yeah, that's a $10 word. Camaraderie. Despite the younger man's attempt to pull away. Come on, Sasayama. Cut it out. Sasayama's light confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was no good reason for that confidence. This was Kano Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were suspicious of good distance when the hunt was taking place. Jurisdiction. The particular region was his organization over the for control authority. The first. Okay. They make that seem. I guess. Trying to see if there was like anything that I don't know would give a clue as it says. Where the handout was taking place, the statue of the country was surrounded by the lead investigation from one of the HQ's special investigation teams. Sometimes two or more tips will appear on a single screen as repeatedly change which words are underlined. Highlight the tip. You wish to read, press X, continue, press square, then press to return here to text. So, okay. So I can just go either one. I think. Alright, Statue of Machiko. That's cool. And HQ's refers to Metropolitan Police Department. Okay. This is fair enough. So because he's the dude of interest, so they're talking about the police station. Okay. Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup with the blade after attempts. Look, just try to relax. We'll be fine. Sasao gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear. Alright, everyone, it's time. Keep your eye open. The voice coming through the operator was Koji Kuze, HQ's operation director. Until last year, he'd been Shibuya's precinct's head detective and Kano's supervisor. We don't know where the purpose is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down. Sister Zuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear. You don't sound too worried, Kuze. Kano winced at Sayama's words. Could couple the man be nonchalant? Or couldn't a man be whatever? A point at the time has come to dawn. Something should be happening. Whack! Kano smacked himself in the thigh. The release had little tension. The sound was louder than he had intended, though the suit hid the muscular physique. It did little to damper the noise. He needed to stay focused. This might be called to action at any moment. Department handler abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. There was an attempt to extort money. Or was the motive something personal? The answer to the question determined how they deal with a criminal. And based on the investigations team initial findings time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in their likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they had few leads on who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the path was apprehended. Someone came to make a handoff on site. With the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage well-being. Still nothing. Sasayama muttered. There he is. He's here. Oh? Suzuki broke in, his voice spiking to a extreme chirp. Such as a young male in his 20s, wearing a vendetta in an orange hoodie. Suzuki, normally calm and something, was now squawking to the side of the chair. That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano and Susayama still themselves. They could see the subject now. The 20-something male nonchalantly approached Tommy to talk to her. Alright people, be ready to grab this guy. Zuze was stationed in the mobile command center, not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera's team. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hito. The detectives watched, uncertain was this really the kidnapper? That's got to be him. Kano took a step forward and hesitated. The situation still hasn't entirely clear. You'll encounter sections like this during the story through these choices. It will change the lives of the other people, in addition to changing your own fate. Use up and down to make your choice, then appear next. The current choice will impact you or any other protagonist. That's got to be him. The situation wasn't entirely clear. You need to get a better look at things. I think it's that one. That one's the best choice. Because clearly this looks like this dude is like, has nothing to do with it. He's just like, yo man, check this out man. It's like, yeah. That's pretty much what it is. The situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to take a better look at things. The newcomer held a bundle of letter-sized paper, which he showed to Hitomi as he went on talking. He tried to hand her one of the papers, but she pointedly ignored him. Honestly, the man kept trying to hoist it off onto her. Hitomi refused to respond, becoming as motionless as a statue, Hachiko behind her, until finally the man gave up and walked away. Easy. Guess it wasn't him. Kind of felt the tension of the moment lingering in his spine. Kai must have been hitting on her, Susayama muttered. Do I really need to be asking hitting on her? Succeeded meeting with someone in the flight estate sales specialist knack. Looks are more important. Something's of course a person trying to get your attention. Know where to adjust your makeup sales, pitch, and product establishment. At first glance, it wasn't easy to tell the difference. Wow. I mean, she is pretty cute and all. He had a point. See, that tip totally did not sound like hitting that I know of. So, what the fuck was that? Alright, let's go. Though, of course, something that Susayama's voice made Kano brace himself. She's got nothing on my Michan. Michan was Susayama's wife. They'd gotten married just last month. Tell ya, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself. This was Susayama's favorite topic lately, and Kano was getting more and more fed up with it. Susayama, come on, just knock it off, okay? The phrase has become a common refrain of his department partner then. Fine, let's talk about your girlfriend then. Huh? No, you can't be serious. Susayama leaned in closer again. What's she like? We are not having this conversation, Kano muttered, looking away. Oh, come on! Susayama set his hand on Kano's chest, playing the homeless troublemaker. Show me your phone. Let me see your lock screen. Huh? Susayama put off the phone. You got a pic of the girl on your lock screen, yeah? I do not. But he did. It was scary how the mark Susayama's instincts were. Hey, cut it out. We're in the middle of an investigation. I'm investigating. Susayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. His face crunched up in astonishment as he looked at the lock screen. The heck is this? It's not. It's this Mamsami Hagas Kamana. Let me get National Star chance to play the era national movie soap operas, historical dramas. Her songs have been series of national hits. she's even played in most of the annual national singing competition. Okay, so it's someone fairly famous. Okay, good. Kind of realized he had to bite the bullet. No, that's my girlfriend. Her name is Rumi, and she's Sasayama Kashima. You're telling me this ain't Masami Hamakawa, the famous actress? Because this right here, this is Sami Nakahama. Like I said, you sly old dog, trying to make it like you're dating Hasami Hagashihama. I'm not. I guess Rumi does kind of look like her. Hasayama, let her up. For real, you really think I'm gonna fall for that? There's nothing to fall for, I swear. Hanasawa scowled, and I'm convinced. Alright, then why don't you marry her? Kano stammered, as he had no answer. The truth was, he could happily marry her already. But there were obstacles that needed to be overcome. Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job. Hasama backed off Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi. Kano let out a quick, uneasy sigh, but his shoulders didn't feel looser. Maybe Hasayama had been trying to relieve a little bit of the tension. Maybe he would be grateful. By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. He peered as Hitomi. The strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attached case itself, the 5,010 yen bills, it weighed close to 6 kilos. Her slender arms must be getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. Whoa. It's heavy, man. The kidnapping case had begun the day before, at around 7 p.m. So we're going back in town. Let's do the scene. This is MP. This is MP Dispatch. Shibuya to spread report to mission version. Missing person believed to be an abduction. Subject to Maraya Osawa, a 19-year-old student of Midoriyama Academy, last seen on the L9 near campus. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. I don't know why I'm talking like a fucking robot. All officers in the vicinity report to the scene at once. Kano and Sasayama have been working on a burglary case in Jingu-mae, 5th District, where they got the call. The two arrived at the LL Diner, 7:15 p.m., all roughly at the same time. Several other officers showed up to the secure area, blocking the entry of nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met with a girl who reported the kidnapping. It was the victim's twin sister, he told me. Could you tell us what the Mariah was taking start from the very beginning? Kano said, keeping a voice low. My sister and I were supposed to go to the party together today. He told me what's trembling in her voice, his hoarse. I messed up the time. I showed up right at 7 a.m. hour when I was supposed to. So Mariah had gone along to the party, a mixture of vocals and exchange students. They told me I arrived late and showed up just in time to glance down to the restaurant window and see her sister getting shoved into a car. She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make. Why? Why would something like this happen to her? He told me held back her fears, but she was shaken all over. Did you get a look at the kidnapper? Did you get a good look at the kidnapper? Yes. It was a middle-aged man. There was another eyewitness, Leland Palmer. He identified himself as the lecturer of Hamilton. He told me, in Mariah School. I saw too. It's like, he told me says, I heard, he told me cry out, and so I to the window to look, and His Japanese was halting, as if he hadn't been to the country very long. And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone. Leland explained that he had seen the man shove her into the back seat, then climb onto the driver's seat. And he had an accomplice when they had been driving. Now they told me Leland had gone to look at the suspect's face. Kana was interviewing the others who had been in the scene, looking to the potential witness when his phone rang. It was Yoshio's Hikajimawara, one of the senior detectives. Yeah, I'm not gonna get those names right the first time. We'll set up the task force in their investigation. Get back to the station once you have to handle the situation there. Barely half an hour had passed between the time the kidnapping reported to the time task force began operation. When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuza, that already arrived at the HQ, informed them that the response team had been formed to investigate the victim's home. Kano could feel particular tension and unfair MP detectives scurried into the around the Shibuya offices. He pulled one of them aside and gave a quick update. An hour now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator made a threatening call to the victim's home. He said the following: "Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hachiko in Shibuya. Have the sister limited. Bring 15 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit." Kachiwara from the precinct was pointed to the response team along with his detective from the elsewhere who received special training in abduction cases. Normally, a local precinct detective wouldn't have gone undercover in the victim's home. Kuza, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial and had sent Kachiwara along. The detectives disguised themselves as delivery people and movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion. Arriving there at 8:30, the response team had come prepared to trace with the kidnapper and contact the family a second time, but there were no further calls. Kano checked his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed since the time this signed for the ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear. "Perhaps you think we might have spooked him?" he wondered aloud. "Hey, stay calm." Sasayama scanned the passing throng. "He's just playing with us. Why did this guy even pick this place?" Kano voiced the question he'd been asking themselves ever since he heard the kidnapper's demands. Sasayama shrugged. Figured he must want to blend with the crowd, nab the money, and disappear before everyone knows he's here. Would be my guess. In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza? The big crowd didn't just benefit the kidnapper after all. It was also allowed the police to use the sea of people to conceal their own operation. Right now, there are 50 detectives stationed within 50 radius here in Hitomi. Still, the kidnapper would have been taking a major risk if his plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Any criminal would have a brain would know better than to do a handoff in front of Hachiko. "You're overthinking this, pal," Sasayama grumbled. "No, I'm not." Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. This was Kano's diary, which he always kept close at hand. "What the fuck are you talking about?" Sasayama rolled his eyes. "That thing again?" Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages. "Ah, there it is. Dictum 8 denied. The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. It was favorite saying he told me that almost ancestor inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Tateno, no, Tateno was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Of course, Hitomi hasn't been informed of such of the much protection she was under. There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might too be alert to kidnap her. I think Tateno was the right idea. That's the right idea. Sasayama snorted quietly. Maybe, I mean, he's a great detective. Won't get me, don't get me wrong. But you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider? Again, Kano ignored him. It didn't matter if nobody else understood. Kano had faith in Tateno as both detectives and as an individual. He had first witnessed Tateno's brilliance during the stand-up of a financial company 3 years earlier. A man had shot himself in the office, splashing gasoline everywhere and threatening to set the place ablaze, while the other hesitated Tateno, flinching, doused himself in gasoline and strode into the building, where he managed to talk the man down and secure the scene. The others had been awestruck by Tateno's actions, and Kano, who at the time had been content to be run-with-the-mill policeman, had found it quite inspiring. I did not like this transition. Still, you know, Tsushima murdered under his breath. As great detective as Tateno is, it's not like anyone else in the world would ever heard of him. I suppose not. So, only time anyone bears is a cop's name. If he's caught up in some scandal or killed in the line of duty, I mean, it doesn't really seem fair, does it? Kind of just shrugged. It was a strange definition of fair, really. I mean, you got celebrity chefs and celebrity hairdressers and stuff. So, how come no celebrity gumshoes, you know? Look, please, can you just focus on what we're doing here? Kind of rubbed his eyes, then turned his attention back to Hitomi. What's the matter? Didn't sleep? Not enough, I guess? Did you eat? Didn't have time. Between brings of supplies and the basis of operations, dealing with the routine vehicles, photocopying threads of documents, and various other tasks. Kano had barely slept the previous night and hadn't gotten a meal in either. What have you been doing? Sasayama popped out in his chest, saving up my energy for today. So you were sleeping? Kano gave a really chuckle of his partner's lack of shame. Yeah. There he is. Who's this voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece? A man in his 20s wearing a sleeveless red jacket. He's carrying a garbage bag. A young man had emerged from the crowd, about 50 feet where Hitomi was standing. He strode toward her, a sinister look on his face. He didn't match Hitomi's description, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper had hired some young street punk to snatch the ransom payments. That our guy? What do you think, Kano? Sasayama whispered. Yeah, I think he's got to be. This was it. Kano swallowed a lump of his throat. He bent his knees, ready to act fast. Blood rushed through his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Could this be the culprit? Or perhaps... The young man tried to snatch the briefcase from Hitomi, but she clung onto it, desperate strength. It was him. The detectives rushed in. Whoa, hey, what the hell? The young man cried out frantically and tried to dart away as the officer called in, forcing him bodily to the ground. Target secured! Oh, jeez, I think you've got another suspect on the scene. He's taking the ransom! Kusarek made kind of spin off in the sun enough the foreign-looking man was sprinting away, attached case in hand. The mob of detectives scrambled to the pursuit. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. The Scramble to pursue. Before Kano could react, most of them had to run off, leaving him to look after. What the hell? I do not like this one. What should I do with this guy, sir? There we go. I might have some connection to connect him. Would I bring it to him? Oh, sure would. He's swell? I'm on it. With the help of one of the remaining detectives, Kano brought his suspect back to the Shibuya precinct. Look, how many times do I have to go through this? Cut the crap! On the interrogation room, the young man who gave his name as Eiichi Endo steadfastly insisted their innocence. Alright, take us couple minutes. Gotta take a break. I gotta get a drink. My mouth is drying up, so I'm gonna be doing this reading. This is actually not a bad story so far. Hope you guys are liking my audio series of this, I guess. I'll be right back. Okay, so, back to Shibuya Scramble. Let's see. Right, I'll do a couple more minutes. It seems like these choices are not coming in as quick as I anticipated. They kind of build up to them, but honestly, it's just taking a little bit longer. So let's keep going. Alright. Interrogation room. The young man who gave his name as Achienda steadfastly insisted of his innocence. Why'd you try to steal the dead case? Kinda watched Echi's face intently. Like I said, it looked heavy, so I was just trying to help her out. It wasn't inconceivable that a young guy would want to help a pretty girl, but he told me had just been standing there, hardly in desperate need of assistance. She hadn't set the case down, so I figured there had to be something important inside. An entry to Kano's dictionary shot through his mind. Dicto 25. When a tongue slips, grab it and yank out the truth. Classic advice for a questioning. Something important, you say, such as, how the hell would I know? Aichi spat. He shuffled and slammed back on his chair. This standard textbook back and forth had been going on for nearly an hour. Kano didn't mind chasing down criminals. Was all well and good, but questioning suspects was another key part of the job. Plenty of the scene work went into cracking a case. Once again, he had Eiichi explain that he had been doing starting from the beginning. When Kano finally emerged from the interrogation room from a short break, he learned that there had been some progress in the case of the crimes. What the police hadn't been able to determine yet, however, was whether or not Maria was safe. Fighting back anxiety, Kano consulted his dictionary. Dictum 54. Haste make waste. He felt his tension subside, remembering the right maxim always helped. It was like casting a magic spell. Kano returned to confront Aichi once more. You were there to act as a distraction to mess up the investigation, weren't you? Huh? Aichi looked a bit dumbfounded. What are you on about? Dictum 55. A truth hungers to be free. You hungry? You got some katsudon if you like. Katsudon. Japanese dish consisted of a bowl of white rice topped with breaded pork cutlet and eggs. That sounds delicious. I want some of that shit. Katsudon. I'm gonna forget that name, but it sounds good. Oh. That actually looks good. Actually, he devoured the bowl of katsudon with gusto, and he looked like he wasn't eaten for a while. Alright then, spill it. What's this guy after? Aichi just shrugged. Oh, he muttered, a thick slice of egg-landed pork between his teeth. How many accomplices do you have? Kano asked. But Aichi just shook his head as he inhaled his food. Hesitated, Kano flipped to his notebook once more. Let's see, number 115. Use the lights to your advantage. As the minutes ticked past, he found himself referring to his book again and again, trying to dozen different methods to tease out whatever the suspect might be hiding. The experience began to feel strangely surreal, the two voices echoing hollow in the interrogation room. Eventually, Kano looked at the clock and realized that the questioning had going for nearly 5 hours. He still hadn't made any headway. What was he supposed to do next? Tateno would know, but he sure didn't. Still, he was determined to do whatever he could to keep the victim from her family safe. Gritting his teeth in frustration, he pursued the dictionary like it was scripture. Number 116. The monotonous questioning has clearly tired Aichi out. His eyelids dropped like they were beginning to get heavy. Number 117. Cannon winter tires. Kano's eyes gleamed. You're part of the criminals gang, huh? Aichi's head slumped down forward, heavily. Nodding off was basically the same as nodding yes, right? Mr. Kuze, I did it! The young guy who grabbed the hand off sight, he finally confessed to the crime. What? What are you talking about? Kazumi laughed off in disbelief. We're just about to apprehend the mastermind here. Huh? Kano glanced his cell phone dumbstruck. Listen, why don't you, look, just wait here at HQ, okay? No, it can't be. Aye. Oh. After the kidnapping case wrapped up, Kano tendered his resignation. Guess I'm not cut out to be a detective after all, he thought to himself. He dropped the dictionary to his desk as he left the Shibuya prison for the last time. Bad end. So long, Shibuya. Kano went up in the bad end. However, this does not mean that the choice you made for Kano was the wrong one. One of the other protagonists, Achiano, has an impact on. Kano's fate here. You can avoid a bad end by making proper decisions. In another character's story, for a detailed hint, check the tip by blah blah blah. Underlining bad end title, press square then circle. Okay. Kent, Kano had every reason to suspect Achiano, but arresting him turned out to be a mistake. If Achi hadn't approached Hitomi, this wouldn't have happened. Try playing Achi's story up to 10:30 and make a choice that keeps him from going up to her. If you do that, Kano wouldn't even have a chance to arrest him, and things would play out differently. See, that's weird. So it's trying to tell me go to a different thing, do the choice from a different story that I have not picked. So this is such an inevitable end in the very beginning. So this game is gonna be long. Okay. So this might be one of these Let's Plays that I might not finish. And by that I mean like I might not even go watching it. You can now select Achiendo as one of the protagonists. Let's follow the Achi story for a little while. Okay, so now that we got Achi, Itchy and Scratchy over here. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave this to a second part. This game was okay so far. Let's see how this ends up later. Muerterrey Gamer, Facebook, Muerterrey Gamer on YouTube. This is gonna be time travel, and we'll see how it's just gonna go. Yeah, I'll at least give it one go, and that's it. And if it doesn't keep a good interest, it might just be one of those games that's just like, oof. I might have just, I'm just not that kind of demographic for this. Or, there might be, I don't know, it's just, so far it seems odd. Like, it doesn't play like what I thought it would. Like, I thought, like, back in the day there was a 3DO Gold Star, and they had actual people interacting But because this is Japanese, we can't really have that anyway. Because if they talk, it's just gonna be English. Or it should be a dubbed English. Or it should have been at least. It would have made sense. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Muerterrey Let's Play. Until next time. Bye.